Hey guys, welcome back to the Joy of Wrenching. I'm your friendly neighborhood mechanic, and today we're on this 2001 Ford Focus. A little bit of an older car, and it needs a new serpentine belt. This one here has seen better days. You can see lots of cracking in it when you look really close at it. But what I was more surprised about is that it's not very often you get on YouTube and cannot find a video on what needs to be done. And I could not find a video on changing the serpentine belt on a single overhead cam Ford Focus 2.0 motor. So we're going to make one. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this and get some benefit from it. So I'm going to show you how. And this is the motor we're talking about, this 2.0 split port single overhead cam engine that is in this 2001 Ford. See here on the tag, let me get you focused there, 2.0. All right, so what we need to do is get this serpentine belt off of here. A little bit of a tight fit area in here, in the front of the engine. And unlike the dual overhead cam, the serpentine tensioner is up here. The one on the dual overhead cam is underneath and towards the back of the engine. So I'm going to show you how to get this guy out of here. If you can see right down in here, let me see if I can get you down in there. Yeah, there we go. You can see right there. Let me see if I can get my finger in there. Right over here, you see that square drive? That is where we're going to put a ratchet or something into that tensioner to release the tension off of this serpentine belt. But you want to make sure that you take a picture or something to see how this serpentine belt is routed. It's a little bit different on cars like this that have an air conditioner. You see that air conditioning compressor down there at the bottom versus those that do not. Okay, looking up from below again, just wanted to show you the belt routing. Here, around the air conditioner, around the crank, comes back and up and around this idler pulley here, then back around your alternator, up to power steering, and then down underneath the tensioner. So that's how this thing routes. Again, take a picture. Pay attention to how yours is routed before you remove the belt. In an effort to save you time, energy, headaches, and keep the joy in wrenching, what I found best in order to get that serpentine off of there is to use a really long 13 millimeter or ½ inch ratcheting wrench. What it allows us to do is we're going to get this end on that bolt that holds that pulley to the tensioner, and when we crank on it, it's going to release the tension. There's also a square drive up top that you can get into and try and release the tension as well in order to get that belt off. And then the reverse process of putting that belt on is just to reroute it the way that it's routed. And again, this is what I found was easier. I found this easier than using the square drive up top, is put 13 millimeter wrench, ½ inch wrench on the bolt that holds the pulley to the tensioner and tighten it to the right, and it will release the tension of that tensioner and allow you to route that belt around all the pulleys. Now, you're not going to want to do it from up here, because when you get on it here and you start to turn it in this direction, which is the direction you need to turn it, you're tightening that bolt so much that it might snap off. So you want to be down from below and get on that bolt head and turn it. And when you're down there, because you're down there, you're going to actually be turning it and levering it so that it actually releases the tension. And it doesn't put as much stress on that bolt head. So just be careful that you don't snap that bolt head off, but I found that that's easier than using this little square drive right here to put it back on especially. Now, getting the belt off, it was just as easy to use the square drive and pull the belt off of the pulley here, but putting it back on, you're definitely going to want to have an extendable wrench that you can put on that bolt down there, and want to do it from down below. Let's see if I can't capture this. Going up here with my 13 millimeter wrench, we're going to stick it onto the bolt there. and then tighten it as we do so. See how we're releasing that tension? That's how you're going to get the belt off, and then that's how you're going to release the tension so that you can reroute that belt when you go to put it back on. There we go, is a comparison of the old versus the new. You can see all those cracks. You definitely want to replace it whenever they start to look like that. And we'll just go ahead and, there is a difference between those that have AC and those that do not, so make sure that you've got the right length of belt. You can just kind of stretch them together like that, and this one does seem to be the right one, so we'll go ahead and try and snake it around and put it back in place. So guys, here on The Joy of Wrenching, we're all about saving you time, money, and headaches. We want to stay joyful about what we do, and so that's why I wanted to show you the best way that I found to do this job. There's a couple of different ways, as we just discussed. So again, get you a nice long 13 millimeter or 1/2 inch ratcheting wrench, and you can get onto that bolt that holds the pulley to the tensioner from underneath. Don't try and do it from above. It may snap that bolt, but from underneath, it's turning it, it's tightening it in the right direction, but it allows a little bit more leverage to turn that tensioner and let you get that belt routed back around all those pulleys the right way. So I hope this saved you a little bit of time and some headaches. If it did, I appreciate it if you just hit that like and that subscribe button. Check out our other videos for other helpful tips. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.